Now I can hear.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, thank you. Yeah, we are fine. We are safe. We just moved from Kyiv a few days ago because Kyiv was very,
it was very hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was really difficult to stay there. Almost impossible.
Where are you exactly, if you can say it?
We're in Kremenchuk.
How far is from
small...
maybe 300 km.
Hi, Uliana. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
You're in Kyiv, right?
No, I ran away on the first day.
Okay.
And now I am in Lviv. This is my hometown.
Lviv. This is close to the Polish border?
Yeah, it's really close, and we have a lot of people from Eastern Ukraine who ran away, who stay here, or the next day they try to cross the border. So, yeah. But here is mostly quietly, but we have sirens. We run down in a basement, but there were no explosions in Lviv now. Till now. Yeah.
How are you living this situation?
It's very hard. It's very hard for all people. We all feel, first it was a big shock for everyone. Now, after 5, 6, 7 days, we already get used to this feeling, but it doesn't mean it's becoming easier. But we still in this state of, all people became an army now. We're all fighting.
Yeah, so the whole country is fighting. Like everyone does his small or big part. It doesn't matter. We just help people around, and
we collaborating now with different musicians from all over, composing music using Ukrainian motifs, Ukrainian melodies. Trying to keep the spirit of people positive. Still to be positive. I know.
You keep playing these days at home?
Yes, it's very hard, and the music that we have these days are sometimes very sad, sometimes very patriotic, and it's different definitely from what we usually play.
Keeping to compose and recording.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's hard, but yeah. And I know some of our colleagues, musicians from Kyiv, they moved to Lviv, and now they help with, something like they
like make some protection.
Yes, helping army somehow.
U.S. intelligence have been warning of this attack for months. Did this take you by surprise?
Yes, because people still we all mostly optimistic. We still hoped that it will be just on news, and we will, like always, news telling us some bad things, and still everything is fine. But here was different. It was like on 24th of February we woke up because all people in the house were moving, and they packed their things to go out of the city. And we also wanted to go on the very beginning on 24th, but it was impossible because so many people wanted to go from the city.
Yeah, there was a traffic collapse on the roads.
Yeah. So many people left, and we stayed in Kyiv, waited for some days. But it was so scaring to hear the bombs around, and like really, really bad situation.
Did you see this coming? Because U.S. intelligence were telling for weeks, for months, that this attack was coming. Did you see this coming, or did it take you by surprise?
Everybody were trying to put this information somewhere, to hide it somewhere deep in the brain. It's like so yeah, it was in the air, you know. Before that, I was traveling with my husband in Europe. We were in Spain this summer, in Barcelona. We were just spending our time, and last month, before we came back to Ukraine, my mother started to tell me, like, you know, everybody here are talking about that Putin will invade us, and it was like a joke in Ukraine, or it was like you know, everybody started to say this thing like, oh, let's do it after war, like let's do some jam session or concert like after war, and we were just joking about it, but
now it's real.
yeah but oh, you know, now we are so sarcastic about some things. We are joking about everything because we don't care. Like, it doesn't matter anymore. So, before this happened, 2 weeks before this, we came back to Kyiv with my husband, and because I had a lot of concerts, a lot of repetitions, on a lot of studio time, so planned and booked, and we came back. We took a new flat to rent, and but like it was in the city center, and I made a notion that there are no people, like streets are so calm. This is capital of Ukraine, and streets were really calm. And but we tried not to pay attention. We just were living our lives. So we made concerts. I had a few concerts before this on the Saint Valentine's Day. Yeah, it was so strange, and I felt this thing in the air, really. Like after a concert, we gathered with musicians and we started to talk, to chat about will there be war or no, and there was always an open question. So we were, I think we had this in our minds that it could happen. Yeah.
Why do you think Putin is doing this? What does he want to achieve?
We are thinking he's just, you know, it seems like he's crazy and he doesn't have any understanding of what is people in Ukraine, that we all have our own identity. We are not Russians, we are not Soviet Union people, we are Ukrainians, you know, like independent country.
So he still considers Ukraine as part of the Russian Empire. It seems like this, but the national identification has been changed like during last 8 years. The situation is very different now, and now it's not about two armies fighting each other. No, it's Russian army and the whole Ukrainian people, nation.
Yes.
Putin is he wants Ukraine like a trophy. It's very important for him to destroy our history, our nation, because he just said before before he invaded us that there is no Ukraine, and this is a country invaded by Soviet Union and Lenin, and this is bullshit. So it feels like he just have this like his own it is his own will, like he's not thinking about his people, Russians. It's just like, I want this like a trophy. I want to have it, to destroy every Ukrainian. So I really believe it in like about Putin, not about everybody in Russia. There are nice people, they want to live nicely. I believe this, but I know that like idea of Putin is this. He's just having this crazy idea, and yeah, and he made a big mistake.
You left Kyiv, but not the country. Why so?
It's not impossible for all the men for the moment. The borders are closed because the war is here. Yeah. So
But
it's impossible to leave the country for
But you
me.
thought about leaving the country, or that never crossed your mind?
I don't know. I even don't consider it for the moment, but if I could, probably, but it's difficult to say. Like, even to move from here for the moment, it's not safe, but you never know what will be happen in 1 hour.
Because now last few days, they started to bomb already, not just military objects, but also houses and some, like squares, and so all people scared and they afraid of this.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they will use some bigger bombs or something,
Mm-hmm.
and it will be a lot of deaths. So all people scared.
Misha, you mentioned that because of your age, you are not allowed to leave Ukraine. Not sure if you will be forced to join the army. How is the situation in that regard, and what are your plans?
For the moment, even if you want to join the army, it's not that easy, because so many Ukrainian men want to join. Like when we were in Kyiv, there were big lines of men who wanted to join.
And for example,
what does it tell you about the Ukrainian people that you are doing this, that you are joining the army, you are trying to help? What does it tell you about the Ukrainian people?
What do you mean?
In terms what makes you feel about the Ukrainian people that you are doing like a team in a sense?
Yeah, everyone does his part, like the best what he can.
It's amazing.
And even I asked, like, can I join, guys? And they said, no. First of all, we need we need men who had experience before,
mm-hmm.
who was in army and something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and the feelings is just amazing how people became united. I think only during this kind of situation people united so much, and it's like everyone. And the amazing thing that there is no panic or this kind of feelings, because all people became so strong. I didn't see tears, because everyone is just trying to support each other. This kind of thing.
Sorry. And what is your opinion on the reaction of the so-called international community?
Our personal opinion is just, people are doing amazing. All our friends from abroad, they just, supporting us as much as they can. And many people donate, many people, everyone also doing, for example, you interviewing us and asking about our feelings.
Yeah, we really appreciate like all the help from all around the world, from all the countries, from the States, from Europe, from Asia. Everyone asks something, help.
How can we help? Many people offer us now to their houses, to stay in their houses in Europe, like this. And the feelings that we have about it, it's like we feel that it's really can save the world. People now can save the world and the peace in the world.
But would you like to see the NATO operating in your country right now? France, Germany, the United States sending their army to your country to fight Russia's aggression?
We don't know what is better. We don't want more war. We don't want more war. We just want to stop this one. So that's what we want.
What are your plans on that regard? Are you planning to leave Ukraine? Are you planning to stay? What is on your mind?
It's hard to answer that. A lot of thoughts are on my mind. I don't regret this option. But my husband now is in Kyiv. He's tried to help our we have like army, and we have groups of civilian men who took the guns in their hands, and they also went to protect our cities. So he's there. We ran away from Kyiv to Lviv, to safe place, and the next morning he went. He came back to Kyiv, and I am here, and I don't want to go without him, but I have a lot of options. I have a lot of people, or I have even relatives in Spain, in Valencia. They were saying like, you can come to us, but I don't want to go now.
Do you agree with your husband staying in Kyiv with and arming himself to fight?
Yes. It was hard, but yes, I cannot stop him. I know his intentions. I always knew that he wants to be there. He don't want to run. He don't want to shoot nobody. Like there are people that want to shoot, that want to protect, and they have experience with the weapons. So they can do it. So but there is a lot of other work, like to build something, to do something. So logistics, like, because there now all the questions are about logistics, how to have this about food, weapons, I don't know, everything, medicaments. So there need to be somebody who will be on the phone and making this contact. So my husband is good with this work, so I believe he will be safe, and but I couldn't stop him. So
you tried to stop him?
Not so long. I knew already that he wanted to go there, and I could not. I just cried a little bit. And yeah.
Roksana, if I'm not mistaken, you were supposed to play on the February 23 in a jazz club in Kyiv. That was the night.
Yeah, I did.
You did the concert?
I did.
And it was the night before the aggression started.
Yeah. It was my solo concert, and I really didn't expect too much people will come, and it was a lot of people came, and I asked them, so why did you came? I mean, the situation is so difficult. It's maybe you want to sit at home and watching you. They said, no, we want to go outside and to see the concert, just not to think about this. And they were really happy to listen for music, they relaxed and they felt good. And I saw in their eyes, like this hope that everything will be fine, and I came from the concert, I was back home, and with such a good feelings, and just the next morning we got this.
Yeah, just 7 hours. She finished the concert 7 hours before the Air Force attacked Ukraine.
Yeah.
And did you have the feeling when you were playing there in the jazz club in Kyiv that was going to be your last concert, your last gig for a while, for a period of time?
No, we
didn't think. No,
we still had booked concerts. It should be.
Yeah. So my concert is supposed to be today.
Oh, really? Where it is?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be in Kyiv.
Wow. So I guess there's no concert today.
There's no.
Sorry about that. But are you going to play at home at least?
We are like, we have some like work. We're recording music, and we just continue to do that at home. But
Stars, Whispers, Crossing the Sea, these are some of the titles of your duo album. How they sound, these titles, under these circumstances?
Uh, I think that music is beyond all circumstances. You know, it's kind of another dimension. And it helps you to overcome this difficult time. I believe in this.
How do you feel about it? How do you feel about the idea of artists being boycotted because of this situation?
You know, we never supported these sanctions and actions that can affect people's freedom and all these things. But now we think it's like we need this to show people in Russia that they have really big problems in their political situation, because you know, if people some people even don't watch news and they don't take care about what's happening in the country. So it's a chance for them to feel what happens in their country and maybe say their positions, and some of them afraid to say what they think about it, because really, you know, difficult for them also.
You know, we have many friends in Russia.
Are you in contact with them right now?
Yes, we are contacting them right now, and they all afraid to go out. They all afraid to say something. They even afraid to put the Ukrainian flag on the Facebook picture, because it's really, really hard to say something. They can get like how to say in English,
like a few years in prison or something like this.
This is like the real, very hard police controlled country.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the idea of being an artist and being boycotted because of this situation?
I agree with this boycott, because it was our problem all this 8 years after Maidan. We had like pro-Ukrainian artists, and we had like this ban to go to Russia and work there, to make concerts there. It is bad in Ukraine if you are Ukrainian artist and you go to Russia and like nothing happened, because war started 2014, and that was war. And I'm sorry, I'm just living near airport, and it's always okay. So I am a musician too, and I feel this responsibility, and I don't believe that musician can be out of politics, out of this thoughts, and our, like, I know this is hard, but also I understand that you just don't want to lose this big piece of pie, Russia, audit, Russian people. It's a big piece of money and job. And if you did all the time Russian content, Russian songs, you are lazy to learn English or other language to go to other side of the world, because there is a bigger part of the world if you don't want to lose money. But a lot of people just decided that they will be saying like, we are not in political games, this is all politicians, and we are making music for peace, for people, and people should be friends. So I never understood these people, and I really boycott them, ban them, because I think this is not right. Because if you are a musician, an artist, I feel it. If you're a good one, you should be like smart one. And to wish peace and love, this is so I don't know, so in the clouds, in the sky, like it's like you're a child. It's so childish, and you believe in fairy tales, and you don't live in a real world. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Are you listening to music these days to find some calm, or are you even playing at home?
So when I ran away, I started to, when we woke up after all this calls from friends, we supposed to have a studio time to play before a concert with a band, and I had this message that there will be no studio, and because war started, so we got up and we started to pack our clothes, and I decided to take one more small bag for my stuff, like microphone, card, note, PC, and push Ableton. I have this MIDI thing, and now I took also here in Lviv, I have friends musicians, so I borrowed MIDI, MIDI piano, little piano. So I want to record something. I want to make music because I made it before, and now I feel maybe I will have like inspiration. I have it, but I can gather my thoughts. So, but I already placed everything. I plug in everything here in Lviv, and I'm just waiting for inspiration and good mood to come. So, and I wasn't listening to nothing like for 5 days. I was just watching news, listening to radio, but and maybe there is a fun thing about I listened few songs, like maybe yesterday before, and that was a song that is associated with the COVID times, like when COVID came, and we had like first summer under this new world of COVID, and I listened to some specific music, new music, and it is associated with this times. And I was listening to it now, and I thought, oh my God, I want to be there. I want to be with this music, with this COVID. I want to be there in this COVID summer.
Yeah. If I ask you what song comes to your mind in this particular moment, what would you sing?
Oh, I already recorded a video, like, and before war, few days before it, I listened to Ukrainian old like jazz, old Ukrainian jazz songs, and it's like Soviet times. They were recorded in Soviet times in this Soviet style, but this is like, I don't know. You can listen to it. So we have.
Can you sing a little bit for me that song?
Yeah. Ходить, бродить дощ осінній, як музика босий, і нанизує дощинки на зірки волосся. Хмари співають, як гуси, мов шукають рязку. Я ж боюсь поворухнутись, налякати казку. Я ж боюсь поворухнутись, налякати казку.
How do you see and where do you see yourself in a year from now?
Whew. It's impossible to say, like actually we were living in Shanghai.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
We were living, yes, we were living in Shanghai for 5-6 years. And then we went out to Italy to record the album
Okay.
and couldn't go back because of the COVID-19. All the borders are closed.
yeah. So we stayed in Ukraine, and now we
So
here
you were
already
supposed to be
almost years.
you were supposed to be in Shanghai right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, all our stuff, like many music instruments, clothes, everything in Shanghai. And we just cannot go back because of the COVID-19 and China still closed.
So
But
all
now-
what is happening in the 21st century is going through your lives at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.